Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to play with some fun goodies that Hero Art sent me. So I got this wonderful new stamp set. It is the solid gold stamp set and this is part of the vintage vinyl collection. And I just love it, guys. Look at this. I love all the different fonts and the sentiments on here. Hope your birthday hits all the high notes. Thanks. I love that it has this side A and side B because this coordinates with a lot of the goodies from the cool Yule collection. Now let me show you that. That was an older collection, but I did get a lot of the goodies. So I got the Drop the Needle die set. And that's this. I also received the record collection die set. Makes this so cute. Also received the Have a Cool Yule die set. Has this nice large sentiment with a shadow layer. And then I received the Feeling Festive stamp set and coordinating die set. So this is perfect. I love when I have a coordinating die set for my stamps. Oh, and I received this stencil. This is the Drop the Needle stencil. So this goes with the Drop the Needle die. Let me pull that back in. This one. And I think it's perfect. Love it. I also received the Wishing You stamp set and coordinating dies. So neat. I love this image of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. Perfect together. And then I did receive the Swinging Christmas stamp set. I didn't get the die set for this one, but I did get the stamp set and perfect. Again, I love the side A, side B, now playing. I love that. And then last but not least, I received the Twinkle Toes layering stencils. So this is 3 stencils and you get this beautiful pattern on there. So let me show you a few of the cards or projects I already made using a lot of these goodies. So here's the first one, and I did stamp that wonderful image, did the Wishing You sentiment on that little banner. And then I used pattern paper from Spellbinder's Dear Santa collection, the 12 by 12 pattern paper I have. Now I'll be sure to link to everything in the description box, just in case you'd like to take a peek. Now here's the record that I put inside of here. Look how pretty this foil paper that I did use. And then the center says A Wonderful Christmas Time. I like this to use for putting gift cards in. I think it'd be really neat, a neat gift. Then my next one that I again use that same die, that's the record collection die set. I cut it out of just some cardstock in my stash, and then I added a layer of pattern paper in the back. But in the front, I used the solid gold stamp set. You'll see here. I used a bunch of the sentiments and just kind of flip-flopped them and stamped them all around, did a tone on tone here. And I love the way it turned out. And then for my record, I used some pattern paper here, and then I stamped For the Record You Rock on the center. Kind of cute, huh? Again, perfect for a gift card. I could add this onto a A2 card, but I think I would love to hand it in to someone or hand it to someone just like this. Loving it. Then my next card, this one I used the Drop the Needle die set, and I used kind of like a matte foil for the record, and I think it turned out really neat. I love the look of it. And then here I did use the coordinating stencil to kind of ink blend around the top part, so I would have that pink, and just stamped For the Record You Rock. And then behind that I used more pattern paper kind of to give a watercolor look to the background. Now here on my next one, I did use the Drop the Needle layering stencil set, and I also used the Drop the Needle die set. So for example, for these pieces, I used the die set. as well as for the centerpieces. But this, I actually used the stencil and I used my Distress Oxide inks. And you can kind of see a differentiation between the two inks I used. And let's see, for that I used Black Soot and Hickory Smoke. But I love the way it turned out. And here I did use the side A and side B. So happy birthday, side A, ice cream, cake, and candles. And side B, all groove, great tracks, max volume. Loving it. And I did pop up the panel on some foam squares. So I love the way that turned out. Then on my next card, I did use the Twinkle Toes stencil for my background. And I cut out an oval out of some vellum here. And then I did use a cool Yule die set here, and it says have a cool Yule, and I used some kind of glitter cardstock for the wording, and then for the shadow layer I used silver foil cardstock, and I used that as my matte layer there. And then for the star portion I used like a glitter paste. I'm not sure if you can tell. There you go. You can kind of see it there. Then I thought we would put one last card together on camera. So I have all my pieces cut out. Now I cut out a bunch of these records from the record collection die set, and you'll see I have a rainbow of records. Now when I saw these little records, I don't know about you, but I remember my little toy record player. I'll put a picture of what it looked like up on screen. But I remember having that and thinking when I saw these, oh, these look like those records from my old toy record player. So I cut out a bunch to have a rainbow. I am going to do a 5x7 card. I'm going to add some pattern paper as my background layer. And then I stamped these images and die cut them using the Feeling Festive stamp and die set. But that's just what came to mind. I thought of that and it was like, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. Now I know that old toy record player was red. The top part of it was like a cream color, but I didn't want to use the red here because my yellow portion here I was afraid wouldn't show, but it still works. And I made my little record that's going to go on top here red. So I think it works out just fine. And then I also stamped and die cut the sentiment that says Rockin' Christmas Season. And the center here, I used a sentiment from the Wishing You stamp set. It says A Wonderful Christmas Time. So let's kind of put our card together. At first I thought about when I layer these, I'm going to kind of put them in this kind of layered fan order, and I thought about cutting out just the portion I need, but I kind of like the idea of the little bit of dimension it'll add with me layering all the full records. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this one together and we'll have another completed card at the end. So let me play a little bit of music as we assemble this card. All right, friends, what do you think? I love the way it turned out. These records so much remind me of my toy record player. I love it. So here are all the projects I made using that solid gold stamp set from the Vintage Vinyl collection, as well as all the other goodies from the Cool Yule collection. What do you think? Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments below. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.